Author is funded by the Pacific Northwest Writers Association, supporting writers from pen to publication since 1955. To learn more about the PNWA and their yearly conference, please go to pnwa.org. Hi, this is Bill Kenower of Author Magazine, and today I'm at the University Bookstore in Seattle, Washington with Diane Pomerantz, author of Lost in the Reflecting Pool. Diane, welcome to Author.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, Diane, this is your first work of creative nonfiction,
right.
A memoir. Memoir is very close to a novel in many ways, I think. But what was your relationship to writing for most of your life? Was it just something you did professionally, or did you have a creative drive simmering?
Well, from the time I was little, I sort of had two paths I wanted to. So when I was little, I wanted to be a writer and an actress, or a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Right. So I always had these two.
Now, okay, so talk to me about, because I think those two drives overlap.
I do too.
How do they overlap? I have my ideas, but how do they overlap for you?
I think for me, in processing how I wrote my story and the title, I've been thinking a lot about this and the original title of the book. I was a very shy kid.
Read a lot?
I read a lot. I was a voracious reader. Acted, and one time I was in some community play and somebody said, "Oh, you have such a good speaking voice." I wanted to become an actress then. Right. And my mother signed me up for acting lessons.
Oh, okay.
And I decided but she wouldn't be a stage mother, which I was very upset about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you went with psychology.
But I also had a crazy brother.
Right.
And that was probably what pushed me in that direction.
Yeah, there is the desire to understand.
Yes.
Right?
Not too long ago, someone said to me, why is your life so unique that you had to write a book about it?
Why does that story need to be told? Okay.
And what I said was, it's not.
No.
It's not unique at all. And that's the reason I wrote it.
Right.
Because it's not unique. And the reason I wrote it is because other people can relate to it. And those are the reasons that I should write it. It's because of the universality of it, not because of the uniqueness of it.
Right, and I say this to all my memoir students, which is, it's really all the same story over and over again.
Yes.
We can't hear it often enough. I'm good enough, I'm valuable enough, I deserve love. We can't be told that story. We can be told it 1,000 times, we need to hear it again.
Right.
What was the original title?
The original title is Scheherazad's Cancer.
Scheherazade, so who is Scheherazade?
She is told 1,001 tales.
Okay, all right.
So that she wasn't killed.
Right. Oh, right.
So she didn't die.
Right.
And so, I
It's a good title.
It is. I think it's a little obtuse. But but it was like I was going to tell my story, and then I wouldn't die because I had just been diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
But Scheherazade was she really used her wiles. She was very clever. She had a very strong voice. But as I went through my book and the process of writing it, I realized I was more like Echo in Narcissus and Echo. Oh. And I didn't assert myself. I didn't use a voice. I was much more compliant. And when I needed to, I didn't have the words. I was married to, not a Donald Trump kind of narcissist.
Right.
I was married to one of these cerebral narcissists who could use words. I talk about, verbal masturbation.
I'm familiar with it.
And, you know, he could, and
Right.
I felt it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
But all I could do when I would get so upset was rage.
Right.
Because-
just with pure sort of emotional.
Right.
Right.
That was all I could do, because there was nothing I couldn't compete with that kind of verbosity,
Right.
because I didn't have the strong voice that Scheherazade had.
But you know what's interesting about voice is what you're describing is domination, verbal domination.
Yes.
Right? And I think, and it's someone who doesn't understand the power. We were talking about listening. I find writing to me really is about listening more than talking. That I put myself into a state of receiving and listening more than just, even though it's words that are, does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
That I'm trying to hear something. And the people who, like you're describing, they're not really hearing anything.
Absolutely.
And they're missing out on life. They're missing out on the half of life.
Yes,
not more.
definitely.
You know? So you thought you didn't have a voice, but
Yes, but I guess what I'm saying is that was why I changed the title.
yeah.
Because it was more, I felt more that I was, in the marriage, I was more aligned with Echo
Yeah.
than with Scheherazade.
You know, I always feel with that, because I work with a lot of people and they worry about that some. And I write about my own life and no one's ever come to me about it, but you never know. But I do feel if you can write it without any kind of vengeance in your heart, where you're writing just to say, this happened and it helped me understand something about being human. I think that, and you don't do it to get even. If you can really not do it to get even, I think you run the best chance to have people not want to come after you. I really do feel that's your best odds.
Yeah, I mean, my feeling is it's not about him, it's about
No,
me.
it's not about him.
It's really about me, and it's really through my lens. It's my story.
Yeah.
It's not about him.
No, it can't be.
Right.
Really.
No, it can't be. And that's really the important thing for people to understand.
And what's interesting is, as your readers read it, you will learn that when they read it, it's not even about you; it's about them.
Absolutely.
Oh, so you've already found it's
really,
about them. Yeah.
Yes, and it's all, you know, you read what people say about it or what they write about it,
Yeah.
and it's all a projection.
Of course.
Everything is a projection.
And the reflecting pool.
Right.
I always think memoir is so much about forgiveness that you can't write about the past until you forgive it. You can't be holding a grudge against the past. Period. I think if for nothing else, it's incredibly therapeutic for the author, because you just can't do it if you're still pissed about it.
Well, one of the things that I really believe is that by writing memoir, you're distancing
Yep.
the process itself distances you enough from sort of the affect, the feeling, that you're able, and I think there really is a neurological component to it that allows you to process it,
Yeah.
the feeling in a way that you aren't otherwise. And I've had years of psychotherapy as a psychologist.
Right.
And I have to say, since I have finished this memoir, I feel more grounded
Yeah.
than I have felt with all of my years of psychotherapy, psychoanalysis.
Doesn't surprise me. Not to knock that stuff.
No, I
But
mean,
you
I
have
do
to-
it.
you have to be so, you have to so view the person on the page as a character, not you. Because the fact is, you're here, you're you. That's what I tell
Yes.
my clients. You're you, you're not the one on the page, and you're not. And you're not the woman who's marrying that guy, you're not the one having the miscarriage, you're you, right here,
Right.
right now.
It's true, and you know, up until the very end, the name that was me was Emma in the book.
Okay.
And I really didn't want to change it. I liked it being Emma. I would have published it with my name being Emma,
Right.
even as a memoir, but they wouldn't let me. But I really felt it felt right for her to be Emma, because I felt she was a character.
So, Deanne, I have one more question for you, and what I'd like you to do is finish this sentence.
Okay.
If writing has taught you anything, it's taught you what?
I'm trying to think how to put it. It has taught me to have a thicker skin. Not to, it relates to what you're saying about it's not about me. So it's okay. Not everyone has to like me or what I write. It's okay. You know, if somebody reads what I write and doesn't like it, I don't like everything I read.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
There's a lot that I don't like, and it's okay if they don't like it. Yeah. And I don't have to not like them because they don't like it.